And can you tell me what the average class size of the primary schools in Winsford are following the closure of one of the schools?
It's 24 pupils.
24. And the next question was, following a bad Ofsted report from Cheshire, West and Chester, what actions have now been taken to improve the situation?
Right. We haven't had a bad Ofsted report, let's make that clear. What happened was, after the baby P incident in another authority, and my personal view of the fact that we were splitting the children's service in half, with Cheshire East and Cheshire West, and there were a number of significant changes at senior level within Cheshire County Council, I felt that we needed a review of what the service was actually like. And we brought additional people in to look at children's services in the County Council in January of this year. And it identified a number of concerns, particularly around children's social care. Out of that, we identified a work programme for the next 2 months, and we brought in an interim team to work alongside County Council staff up to the establishment of our new Director of Children's Services commencing his duties. And on top of that, within a few weeks, the heads of service arrived as well. I'm pleased to say that work has moved on in children's services. What we've seen is all of the points that were raised within that report have been addressed. We have moved forward in making financial savings and rationalising the organisation, and at the same time improve performance. And that culminates in a report from Ofsted, which is the annual assessment of children's services, which scored the service at level 3 on a score of 1 to 4, 4 being the highest. So I'm satisfied that children's services is moving forward very well. There is still a lot to do in terms of academic attainment, also our approach to localism in children's services. Nevertheless, I'm very confident that the concerns that we had in January have been addressed and we move forward.
Thank you. The next question is, can Cheshire, West and Chester be confident that looked after children are being given the support they need to have a brighter and fulfilling future after leaving care?
I think we've got a lot better. We've had 2 pilot programmes on this issue. All children now leaving care do have a care worker to support them and help them, and we are looking to expand that shortly for all children. Ellen Johnson, who sat on your left, is working on a group under every child matters, and is conducting a review on this, and I look forward to reading that report. And I'm very sure that there will be some excellent recommendations that come out of that work, and we'll be able to move it on.
Thank you. My last question is, are any more cutbacks planned for children's services in the next financial year?
Okay. As I said earlier, it's not as simple as saying, are there any more cutbacks? What we are seeing within children's services is an organisation that has incrementally been built up over the years, where it has effectively followed the funding that's come from central government. And that can be seen in localities where, to put it simply, services are layer upon layer upon layer, and in some places are actually getting in the way of each other. So there are opportunities to rationalise and focus our children's services. It may well be that our children's services can be done more efficiently, but at the same time there are things that perhaps it is not doing that we will need to invest in. So it isn't about saying that is there any more cuts planned. What we are doing is actually focusing the service and then identifying what else we need to do, and if we need to do more, we will do more. But I think what has to be made clear is that we are in a process over the next 12 months and over the next 4 years of very tight fiscal control from central government. And therefore we do need to be clear, if we are going to invest more in particular services, what are the things we're not going to do, or what are the things that perhaps we provide free of charge at the moment we will have to charge for. And those will be difficult policy and political decisions for members to consider over the next couple of years. But back to your original point, there are no further cutbacks planned for children's services. It's about being clear what children's services are about and making sure the resources are focused on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Steve, you mentioned earlier about the changing culture of the organisation. We're 6 months in. we're getting comments from staff that nothing's changed, and it feels very much like the old county council. We've probably got about another 6 months before the opportunity for real change has actually gone. What does the new culture look like? When will people see the change? And what do you think your role in that is?
We're 6 months in and nothing has changed. I think I disagree with that.
This feedback that people have said to members.
Yeah, I think that, I understand that, but I think there's also other feedback that a lot has changed. And 1,000 people leaving an organisation in 6 months to me is not no change. A lot of things have taken place in this first 6 months. I think what you have to understand is that local government reorganisation was not something we did for a few months, and on the 1st of April, magically a new council appeared and everything was normal. That may have been the case with local government reorganisation in 1997, but what has been made clear from this round of LGR is that this council, one of 9 new unitaries, needs to be in the vanguard of modern local government. It needs to be at the top within 3 years. It's not about this authority just being, well, we inherited some 4-star councils and we'll be a 4-star council again. By the way, there were 60 4-star councils out of 150 top tier, so it was not an exceptions club. There was a lot of people in that club. Our aim, and we are on target, to be a top 10 council by the 1st of April next year. All the plans are in place, all the performance in place to achieve that. And I think until staff don't realise that, and I think so when we have put in place our structures and we start our round of staff conferences in January, and I personally will be holding 17 staff conferences and meeting all of our 7,000 staff, we will be clear to staff about what this council is about and what it's trying to achieve, with concrete evidence to back that up. At that time, staff will know their job, and they will also know what we're trying to achieve. And that will boost morale significantly, because it is very clear, if staff know what the organisation is trying to do, what their job is, where they fit in, they're supported, and that's recognised, you will see a tremendous lift in morale. I think we have to go back 12 months ago and think what morale was like then, especially if you worked in the county council. County council staff were going through a very difficult process of not knowing whether they were working for Cheshire East or Cheshire West. And I think there were many staff who didn't understand the ultimate outcome of that as to why they were working for one body or the other. That's the morale we inherited, and I think the morale from that time 12 months ago is far better than it was then. But we also have to accept that through turbulent times, morale and motivation is a roller coaster. It does go up and down. There will be periods when it is better than at others. But I think to put it in perspective, we are outperforming what this council said it would do. It said it would go through a process that would take 3 years. What we have done and will achieve in the first year will be at least 2 years ahead of any of the other new unitary councils. We're very clear that this is a turbulent time, and we need to put stability as quickly as possible into this organisation, and we've endeavoured to do that. We could have done it quicker, but there was a problem why we couldn't do it quicker, and that was because we did not know the financial things that we inherited from 4 councils, and we did not know what was coming on the horizon for the future of public sector spending. And so that took us between April and June to look at the books of the organisations we inherited and then look at financial spending. Otherwise, if we didn't do that, we would have settled this organisation down and then created real confusion again in 12 months' time. That won't be the case. There will be 4 years of stability from January next year.